Hey everyone, it's Amanda Monica Arlumi, and we are here today with the Arya bracelet. It is by Joe from 5 Kids Cause Chaos, and we are doing the tutorial today for it. And I thought, if we are making the Arya bracelet, why doesn't Khal Drogo come in to the mix? He's my favorite! So if we are doing the Arya bracelet, a little background info. It is Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. She is one of Amanda and myself's favorite characters. Sorry, the glare is going. Because she shows true friendship. She perseveres through so much with her family. And she sticks by her friends no matter what. She goes through loss of family members. She goes through trials and tribulations. And when something happens to one of her friends, when somebody hurts one of her friends, ends up killing them, she can get back at them. And she proved that this season, at the end of the season, when she did something. So, and she's been waiting a long time to get back at this friend. Not that we're saying that you should always get back, because that's not always the answer. I mean, some friends shoot themselves in the foot when they choose to do things the wrong way. So, Arya is a very strong person. So, this bracelet is called Arya, and is after Arya Stark. So, we would love it if you would stay around for the tutorial. These are the two renditions. This one I used the 300 pack of Sweet and Galaxy bands, and I will say that it had it stick a little more in like these areas with the bands, but it is totally doable. You just have to kind of move them around a little bit more. On this one I used the limited edition bands, and it worked a little better. Today, I'm just going to be using regular opaque bands because not everybody can get special bands or limited edition bands. I know when Amanda and I started out, we couldn't get any of those. I mean, we're like, why can we couldn't pay that much for bands like that. We're like, why should we be paying $4 a bag when we can get them at Michael's for $2 a bag? Keep in mind, we still pay that for a limited edition, but now we're like, ooh, pretty. But this is the one that we will be doing today. I am going to be using Cocoa, the pink from, this is actually the skin tone pink pack pink, and but it's also the same pink that you can get in the pink camo, fuchsia, and then caramel. I think I have like a mixture there, caramel or caramel. So, and I think that this kind of lends itself back to my Khal Drogo, which also, if you mess with his woman, you'll get cut. And as Amanda and I always joke back and forth is, I'll cut you, so don't mess with Khal Drogo's Khaleesi. These two of the colors kind of go with Khal Drogo, and two of them go with Khaleesi, I think. So these are the colors that we are going with today. You're going to use 4 colors if you choose to do this bracelet, and go get your colors ready. And this is a hook only. But you don't need a double-sided hook necessarily. You could probably do this on a rainbow loom hook. I will be using a double-ended hook, but use your rainbow loom hook too. All right, be right back. One last thing before I get started with the bands is, this is up to your own personal opinion how you want to start your bracelet. But I'm going to start with a cat band. But this is how the cat band looks if you do it Joe's way with just a double and it's a little loose. Amanda and I don't like that. So we do a triple cap. So that's how I'm going to do it in the tutorial today. This way is perfectly fine, but we just don't like that. It's too loose. So it's all up to you. You can do a double or a regular cat band, just like so. or you're gonna do like we like and do a triple. So that's all up to you, whatever you want to do. Now you're going to choose 2 bands of either the same color or different. That's up to you. We're using 2 different colors so you can see them for the tutorial sake, using the fuchsia and the pink. And you're going to slide this triple cap band onto those 2 colors. And then put the other end back on the hook. Now you're going to go back to that first color that you used for the cap band. And you're going to pull both of those bands back on to that band. And whatever band you want, whichever one, it doesn't matter, you're going to pull it back on to the hook. You're going to reclaim it back onto the hook. Now this band that you pull back onto the hook is going to be this inner band here, okay? The one that you leave down is going to be a little wider out. So keep that in mind. Whichever one you pull on is going to be the one that's a little closer in. So now usually you'd put your band back onto the hook, the other end of the band. We're not. We're going to leave it off. And we're going to grab our 4th color, which is caramel. I can't say that right, guys. Work with me here. All right, and then we're going to slide the fuchsia onto there. Always being mindful of the other cocoa band. So now I have 2 bands. I just slid the fuchsia onto there. I have 2 bands loose right now. All right, they're just kind of hanging loose. Now I'm going to make this cocoa band go on the other side of this caramel band. Just so it crosses over. But be careful down here at the bottom too. We don't want the caramel or the cocoa band to get off of that pink, the light pink. Okay. So now they're crisscrossed. And when you do this next step, you want to make sure that you're holding these 2, okay? You don't want to let go of them because there is a slight chance that you could have the orange pull out or the caramel pull out or the cocoa pull out. So you're grabbing the caramel, making sure that the cocoa is still in front of it and pulling the caramel over. Okay? All while holding on to these other 2. Then you're going to pull both of these 2 loose ends onto the hook. Put the caramel on first, and then the cocoa. Next, we're going to do that same sequence on the other end. So you're going to grab your cocoa and pull these 2 bands off and reclaim the fuchsia. Then you're going to grab the caramel and pull the fuchsia onto it. Okay, now they're just hanging loose. And then you're going to put the cocoa over top of the caramel. So now they're crisscrossed. It always has to act up on camera. All right, they're crisscrossed, and you're still holding on to the bottom. Remember, we don't want to let go of those, because if you let go of those, there's a chance that they could come loose. All right, so now I'm going to grab that caramel band and I'm going to flip it over the hook. And then replace those other two bands. Now I'm going to grab the pale pink and I'm going to pull all of these bands onto the pale pink. Every single one. There should be 6. Now before I replace the other end of the pink, I'm going to pull over the 4 innermost bands, which should be 2 caramel and 2 of the cocoa, leaving the 2 outside off. So the only 2 that you left out were the 2 outside ones. Now I'm grabbing the fuchsia, pulling it over the pink, and just pulling over those 4 bands that we just pulled back onto the pink. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't want this pink band in there. So I'm going to go in and I can either let go and have the fuchsia kind of fall out from the pink and do it that way. Or I could have gone in between the fuchsia and the pink and done it that way. I'll show you the other way the next time. So let's show you how to pick up and do the cocoa and the caramel. That's the hardest part, especially showing it on camera. Alright, so I just did the 2 bands and reclaimed the fuchsia with the cocoa. Now I'm going to do the caramel. Pull the fuchsia off. And then this is where you're going to crisscross the cocoa and the caramel, being very careful not to lose it from the pink. So you have them all crisscrossed now. Now you're going to flip the caramel over the hook. The hardest part is holding the hook and actually flipping as well. Alright, so I flipped it over and I'm replacing those 2 bands. Now we're going to do it to the other end. Pull it on. Replace your fuchsia. Grab your caramel. Crisscross the caramel and the cocoa. And then flip the caramel. If it will cooperate. Of course it won't. Alright, flipped it. Then replace your other bands. And now we're going to grab a pale pink. I'm going to pull all of these on there. And remember, we're only picking up the middle 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Leaving the outer 2. Now I showed you how to drop the pink and let the fuchsia fall out the last time. This time I'm going to show you a different way of how to get the fuchsia to just the inner part. Now I leave that last pink in on the hook. Now this time I'm going to pull the pink out, the other end of the pink. And we've done this in other tutorials. I'm just going to go in between the pink and grab the fuchsia. I just went in the middle of the pink band, grabbed the fuchsia band, pulled it out. I find that that's easier than having to have a chance of potentially dropping a band by dropping the pink band and letting the 2 cocoa and the 2 caramel bands possibly come out. So that's the easier option for me. I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to show you how to close it. It's super easy to close. It's just up to you. Alright, so I'm pulling the cocoa on. Now I'm going to grab the caramel and pull it on. And then we're going to crisscross. Every time I say that, only 80s kids will know. But make it. Jump, jump. Crisscrossed. And then you're going to flip the caramel. Why do you have to be so difficult? Over. And then we put the caramel and the cocoa back on. Literally, it's so much harder to film doing that with not being able to like prop it on the table or something, because it's literally, because I'm trying to show it on camera and make sure I grab it. So that's the 100% harder thing to do. Alright, holding the cocoa, and then, hold on, the fuchsia decided to get on the other side of the cocoa. As we all know, it's always about making sure you have your bands in the correct order. Oh, this is just easier if I do it all over again. How much easier was that than just fiddling with it? Alright, so I have the cocoa and the caramel. Crisscross them. Putting lotion on my hands probably wasn't a help either. Alright, then I'm grabbing the caramel and flipping it. And then I'm going to flip the caramel over and then flip the cocoa. Pull everything onto the pink and then pull those 4 bands back onto the pink. Now grab your fuchsia and pull everything but that last pink band. Grab the other end of the pink, and I'm using the method of going through the pink and grabbing the fuchsia band instead of the let go. And there you have it, guys. Now you can close the bracelet this way by closing it off with these 2 bands. I think it makes it a little neater if, and this may be my OCD coming out in me, but I like when a bracelet has the same beginning and the same end. Like this is Eyes bracelet, and that she did for Adam, and I did it with green and green. It's just some weird thing that I have to have with my OCD. But I did the cocoa here and the cocoa here. I did a double single band, but I think on here that I will just do 2 cocoa bands pulled through. Oops. See, that's why you always have to make sure you have a good grasp. So I just pulled 2 cocoa bands through, and then you can put a C-clip on it. Alrighty. Alright, that was the Arya bracelet tutorial. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you all liked this tutorial and enjoyed it, if you would give us a big thumbs up and hit the like button down below. If you would like to see more tutorials by us, if you would like to see more zany challenges, unboxings, different things like that, if you would hit the subscribe button over there, and you will get notifications when we have new tutorials, challenges, unboxings, things like that coming up. I know we have an unboxing of / tutorial of a brand, and I know we have a lot of tutorials coming up. Tutorials for Souls Provider, for let's see, Notorious Babe from Penny. We have one for a new design by us that we haven't shown. And then we have lots of other things coming up. I mean, tons and tons and tons. We are on the move. And so we just love seeing new people on our Instagram everywhere. We have Instagram, Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Pinterest, everywhere. Just follow us on all social media. The bracelets that I am wearing today are this is the Adam birthday bracelet that our dear friend dedicated to Adam. And of course I didn't do it in boy colors, I did it in girl colors, so I could make it. And this is what I would consider the new and up and coming bracelet. This is our dear sweet friend Suzanne, Crazy Just Might Works, Hope and Dream bracelet. And oh my goodness, her Hopes and Dreams bracelet is the new thing. It is so comfortable, and oh my goodness, I just love it. I think I've made 3 and Amanda's made 1. Oh my goodness, love, love, love. Okay, just had to put that out there. Go and make the Hopes and Dream, just saying. And love you all. You all are our family, our looming family. If you choose to make this bracelet, if you would tag and hashtag us, and loom for a cause, guys. You know that's our hashtag. It's us. Rainbow Loom loves it. They use it everywhere, and we love it. So you are us. So we love you. Have a great day. Mwah!